Hello everyone and welcome back to Splash. Today we are going to be talking about 5 Pawn Star deals that made Chumlee rich. Number 5. Vampire Defense Kit. Historical pieces shoot up in value when they are found to be previously owned by someone famous, or at least owned by someone that was friends with the famous person. One customer came into the shop with a vampire defense kit that was once owned by Sir Phillip William Burne-Jones, a good friend of Dracula author Bram Stoker. He inherited it from his grandfather, who picked it up at an estate sale. Now, the piece was beautiful and the guys definitely wanted it.
It is period from the middle of the 1800s. God, the guns look like 1840s, 1850s.
So it's definitely over 100 years old.
Not only were its contents stunning, the box it came in was a piece of art as well. They made a deal and bought it for $16,000. And they got lucky because this piece was valued at $25,000. Number 4. Stephen Stills' guitar. Stephen Stills is a famous musician, known as a part of Crosby, Stills, and Nash. With someone of such high status, you would definitely want something that was once owned by him. One customer came in with a 1941 Gibson SJ200 acoustic guitar and claimed it was owned by Stills. It was a bit tricky to determine if it actually was owned by him, but the guys bought it for $85,000 anyway. They knew they would make a lot of cash on the guitar regardless.
So, what are you worried about on this one?
What's it worth?
It's an expensive guitar, man.
Okay.
Fortunately for the guys, even if the guitar wasn't owned by a rock star, they could still get $90,000. And if it was proven to be owned by Stephen Stills, well, it would be worth a whopping $110,000. Number 3. Paul Revere Custom Spoon. Paul Revere was a big part of American history, and in one episode, a customer came in with a piece of that history. Now, it isn't widely known that Paul Revere was also a silversmith. He made dental tools and silverware. His style was unique and definitely something a collector would want. The customer brought in one of Paul Revere's custom-made spoons, and the Pawn Star guys wanted it.
This spoon looks right and it looks old. And if it was really made by Paul Revere, it's a piece of American history, and I can't begin to tell you how much I want it.
The customer needed the cash to pay for his daughter's wedding, so he was happy to take the $9,500 offer. But how much was it valued at? $15,000. Number 2. Spanish Gold Coin. At the gold and silver pawn shop, you can never go wrong with gold. In one episode, a customer came in with a 1715 Spanish Fleet gold coin. Now, this is a major find because in 1715, a hurricane sunk the entire fleet of 11 Spanish ships on the way from Cuba to Spain, sinking all of the gold with them. Now, these coins later washed up occasionally on the beaches, but they remained rare.
This is a real piece of Spanish treasure from the 1700s. I want it.
The customer wanted $2,000 for it, but it was valued much higher, and he walked away with $11,000. The guys then went on to sell it at a value of $18,000. Number 1. Book of Mormon. Religious books are a great find, and in this episode, a customer came in with an 1842 copy of the Book of Mormon. The guys brought in an expert, and she gave them some amazing news. This was the 5th edition of the book, and it was last printed edition to be released before the founder of the Mormon religion had died. In other words, this was a piece of rare history.
Yeah, I mean, the Mormons were really important to American history. You know, they started more or less the westward expansion of the United States.
All right.
This excited everyone involved. The customer happily walked away with $24,000, while the guys got to sell it for an amazing $40,000. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed. While you are here, go ahead and click the links above to check out some of our other awesome videos.